well, now a new survey suggests that you inherit your money habits from your mom and dad, too. More than half of Americans in a recent survey said they learned most of their financial lessons from their parents. The theory is, if your parents were perhaps impulse shoppers, then you too will impulse shop. If your parents saved and invested in the stock market, then you will too. And joining us this morning to talk more about it from the Certified Financial Group is financial planner Gary Abely. Great to see you. Thanks for coming back to see us.
Good morning.
Okay, so let's talk about this. So maybe not all that surprising, because just like with anything that we do in life, we learn by example, don't we?
That's exactly right. And most people, a new study shows, learn their financial habits actually by the age of 7.
Wow.
Which really surprised me. You know, on the way in, I was listening to a popular song, Superman Has Nothing on Me. And if you think about it, you know, for our children, we are Superman and Superwoman. So they learn from us. So if we're out at a mall and we see something that maybe is a little bit out of reach, and we say, oh, but I really want that, and we buy it, and then we say something, you know, haphazardly, maybe in the drive home, like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to pay for that. What we're teaching our child is it's okay to buy things maybe that we can't necessarily afford.
Well, you know, a lot of times parents shield their kids from the financials in the household. We don't talk about bills. We don't talk about savings. We don't talk about, and those are really important discussions to have with them, obviously, at a young age.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things I learned from my father-in-law, which was a really neat idea, he would come home every night and he would say, was the stock market up or was the stock market down? And he would have kind of a open, shut-in type of a face, and he would smile if the market was down, explaining to his children that we're buying more shares, you know. This is for dad and mom's retirement. This is for college education. And so his family was a very integral part of their finances and teaching them life lessons.
So how do we not pass our bad habits on to our children, Gary? We have to, first of all, we have to break our bad habits, don't we?
We have to break our bad habits because most of us do have bad financial habits. One of the ways to do that is to teach our children financial basics. So this past Saturday, I had one fellow brought in 3 of his sons into a financial basics workshop, and there were a couple mothers who brought their daughters. And I thought, well, that's interesting. The male, you know, is bringing in the sons, and the female bringing in the daughters. And well, that doesn't necessarily have to be that way. I just wonder if that's how we're teaching, you know, our children. But teaching, you know, if it's your child is beyond the age of 7, certainly having them go to a financial basics class with you, or sharing information about what did you do right in life on the finances, what did you do wrong, and learn from our mistakes. Okay. I think is really important.
And I always say, you know what, go open up a savings account with the kids. Do these little things with them so that they can see how money appreciates. Even though it doesn't appreciate much, it's something.
Well, you know, it's interesting you bring that up. At 6 years old, I had an account at Barnett Bank. My dad brought me in there, and they had a little money table. And I said, Dad, what's this? He said, well, I don't know. Let's go back to the bank and ask them. We went back to Barnett, and they didn't know what it was. And so we'll have somebody call you. And then they taught us compound interest. And that was a fascinating thing to learn. So it was really exciting. And that's one of the things I teach in the Financial Basics workshop at our office.
I love it. Okay, so how can our viewers get more information about that?
They can go to financialgroup.com and just click on workshops. And we have the next one we have is June 4th. So if you want to teach your children, come on in. We'd be happy to do that.
Yeah, it's a great summer thing for them to learn.
Absolutely.
Go back to school with new knowledge. Gary Abely from Certified Financial Group. Always a pleasure. Thank you for coming to be with us this morning.